Welcome, everyone. Today, we're going to focus on a skill that is absolutely critical for any leader in hospitality, mastering the art of service for our most important guests.
Hello, and a warm welcome to all the students of Europe Hotel School. I'm a hotel AI expert, and I'm really excited to be here to guide you through the essentials of modern hospitality. We're here to support your professional growth, so let's jump right in.
So here's our game plan for today. We're going to walk through the entire journey of elite guest service. We'll start with that crucial high-stakes welcome, then we'll master the art of anticipation before they even arrive, and of course, execute a flawless arrival. After that, we'll dive into seamless team coordination, learn how to show grace under pressure, and finally, discover how you can turn a single great stay into lifelong loyalty. All right, first up, the high-stakes welcome. You know, the arrival experience for a high-priority guest? It's so much more than just a transaction. It's that one moment that sets the entire tone for their stay. And believe me, it has a huge impact on the hotel's reputation. So what's the real difference here? Look, every single guest matters, but our high-priority guests, they arrive with truly elevated expectations. Their experience doesn't just stop at checkout. It creates a ripple effect. These are often influential, very vocal people, and their satisfaction or their dissatisfaction can seriously shape your hotel's reputation for years to come. Okay, so let's move on to what I like to call the art of anticipation. Truly exceptional service doesn't just start when a guest walks through the door, no way. It begins long before that, with really meticulous preparation. This is where we lay the groundwork for a totally flawless experience. Anticipation is really the cornerstone of high-touch service. It's all about using guest profiles, notes from past stays, and special requests to meet needs before the guest even has to ask. This is what separates reactive, okay service from truly personalized, world-class hospitality. So how do we actually put this into practice? Well, it's not magic. It's a discipline. It breaks down into 4 key steps. First, we research our guests to really understand them. Then, we meticulously document their preferences. After that, we coordinate across all departments to make sure everyone is ready. And finally, we add those personal touches that turn a standard welcome into something truly memorable. And just look at how specific this information gets. This is not just about a preferred room type. We're talking about tracking dietary needs for the kitchen, favorite amenities for housekeeping, loyalty status for proper recognition. It's these details that allow us to greet a guest not just with a smile, but with genuine, informed warmth. All this prep work, it all leads to one single critical moment: executing the perfect arrival. This is where all that groundwork pays off. That first point of contact is your chance to show the guest without a doubt that you are prepared, professional, and you genuinely care. A successful VIP greeting is a really careful balancing act between these 5 things. It's got to be prompt and warm, right? Make them feel expected and welcome, but it also has to be discreet and confident, recognizing their status without making a big, uncomfortable scene. And above all, it must be empathetic, showing you understand their journey and you're there to make their stay completely seamless. This quote just highlights the nuance perfectly. Real high-touch service isn't about huge, grand gestures. It's built on subtle, professional details, a genuine smile, a quick nod of recognition, using the guest's name. These small cues communicate respect so much more powerfully than any grand display ever could. Of course, how you execute this differs depending on the guest. For an individual VIP, the main challenge is balancing that discretion with recognition. So, a private check-in or taking them straight to their room is often the best move. For a large group, though, the challenge is totally different. It's about congestion and efficiency. A dedicated counter or staggering arrival times prevents delays and helps make sure every person in that group still feels looked after. Okay, so the guest has arrived. Job done, right? Not even close. Now, our focus shifts to seamless coordination. A perfect welcome can be completely undone in a second by a breakdown in communication between departments. Excellence absolutely requires a unified team approach. I want you to think of the guest experience as an ecosystem. The front desk, the concierge, housekeeping, F&B, management, they aren't separate teams. They are all interconnected. A misstep in one area, say a room's not ready or a dietary note gets missed, affects the guest's perception of the entire hotel. And here's the crucial part. All of this coordination has to be invisible to the guest. Our goal is to make exceptional service feel completely effortless. When a preference they mentioned at check-in is remembered at their dinner reservation, that is the signature of a truly unified, high-performing team.
But let's be realistic. No matter how perfectly you plan, sometimes things just won't go according to plan. And this brings us to mastering grace under pressure. A problem isn't just a failure, it is a massive opportunity to prove your commitment to the guest and build even deeper trust.
So let's imagine a scenario. A big group arrives and you discover a major error in their room block. Panic is not an option. What is your very first, most critical move? This is where all that training and professionalism is really put to the test.
Here's the protocol. Here's your playbook. First, you respond with calm and empathy. Acknowledge the issue and their frustration. Immediately, you coordinate with other departments to figure out your options. Then, you proactively offer alternative solutions. The goal is to solve the problem efficiently, turning a really negative situation into a powerful demonstration of your capability and your care.
An effective problem-solving like that rests on these 4 pillars. Discretion and confidentiality, those are non-negotiable. But just as important is empowerment. Your staff must have the authority to make decisions in real time. And that confidence is built through rigorous training, using things like role plays and regular briefings to get them ready for any scenario. And now we get to the ultimate goal of all this hard work, building lasting loyalty. A great stay is wonderful, but our real objective is to convert that positive experience into a lifelong relationship, creating a true advocate for your brand.
This chart really spells it out for us. It comes down to all the skills we've been talking about. Personalization, which makes a guest feel truly known. Attentiveness, which makes them feel valued. And, maybe surprisingly, effective problem resolution. Turning a negative into a positive can create one of the strongest bonds a guest will ever have with a hotel.
And this just brings us right back to the power of those small details. A handwritten note, their favorite bottle of water already in the room, the temperature set just right. These are the things that make all the difference. They send a crystal clear message: we know you and we value you.
Excellence isn't a destination. It's a process. This cycle of continuous improvement is how we maintain the absolute highest standards. We have to actively gather feedback after a stay, conduct honest internal debriefs about what went right and what went wrong, use those insights to refine our processes, and ultimately enhance our team's readiness for the next high-priority arrival.
So, I'll leave you with a challenge. As you go out and build your careers, I want you to always ask yourself this: what is the one small, thoughtful detail that I can deliver that will transform a guest's stay from just great to truly unforgettable? Find that one thing, and you won't just create a happy customer, you'll create a lifelong advocate. Thank you.